Take us through the Chase Stokes origin story. What's interesting, though, about you is that you grew up playing ice
and
hockey.
I played pretty competitively till 8 concussions
Oh,
rotator
wow.
cuff later.
Eight?
That was kind of the end of that, and I had to sort of figure out what I wanted to do as an adult.
So how did you transition into acting?
So I had this teacher in high school. He was, it was TV production, and he was from Michigan and loved hockey.
Yeah.
So I got to know him, and he knew that I would go away on the weekends and play upstate New York and Michigan, Minnesota, all these places. So he let me sleep in. That was kind of the deal. He was like, I get it, you don't play a school sport, but you play hockey. So I would go in, and I would sleep for the first 20 minutes, and then I would produce the morning news.
Oh.
And one of the girls got sick, and he was like, you never run a show, you have to get on camera. And I was like, no way, not doing that. And I ended up doing it, but I was like, the only way I'm going to do this is if I just absolutely make a fool of myself. And I did, and he was like, you should get into acting. And I was like, in Orlando, Florida. Okay. Yeah, where do I? No. All right. I'll go sell data or something. I don't know. And I kind of got the bug, and I made a fake Gmail, pretended to be a manager, and I started sending all these emails out to agents in LA, and was like, I've got this kid from Orlando. He's got a great look, and he's super talented, and little green, but I think I've got something here. And one guy responded, and we got on a phone call, and I immediately crumbled and was like, I'm a liar. It's me. It's Chase.
No.
But please, for the love of God, give me a shot.
And was it a manager or?
It was an agent.
It was an agent.
And that was my first agent.
That is diabolical.
It feels illegal. Like I should be
It's
arrested for that.
incredible.
Yeah, so that's how the whole journey started.
My gosh.
That's great. Good on you. Good on you. So now you're auditioning, you have an agent, and Outer Banks comes along. And initially, did you read it and maybe you thought twice about it?
So the audition comes in, and as you see, you get the breakdown.
Sure.
And it says character name, description of the show, who's doing it and whatnot. And it just said the character name was John B. And it said 4 friends on a treasure hunt. And it was during a time where they were rebooting everything. So I immediately was like, it's the Goonies. They're rebooting the Goonies. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to take that responsibility.
Goonies is a great
yeah,
show.
I was like, I'm going to be the guy who ruins the Goonies for this generation. So I'm not going to do it. And so I passed. And I shouldn't have passed because I had an eviction notice on my apartment door. And it was so broke. And at that point in your career, you just do whatever comes your way.
Yeah, I got to tell you, you make bold choices. So far, you are batting 1,000 as far as I'm concerned.
It seems batting 1,000. It was
Yeah.
more like
the
0 for 5,000.
The sexiest word in Hollywood is no.
Yeah.
When you say
I
no.
shouldn't have been saying no. Like,
So
I'm
how did
so
they
broke.
get you? So once you said
Yeah.
no, they were immediately even more interested in you.
No, actually. I think they were just like, all right, screw this kid, like, moving on. And hilariously enough, I had booked a TV show when I was still living in Orlando, and the casting director really became fond of me, and we created a relationship, and she called me and was like, you have to read for this show. I'm casting it. And I was like, no, I'm not doing it. And she's like, no, you're doing it. I'm sending you the pilot. Read it. It's not the Goonies. And I was like, okay, whatever. So I read it, and immediately it was not the Goonies. And I was, give it a read. If you don't hear by Friday, then it's fine. Like, we'll move on. Everybody will be happy. You gave it a shot. Don't hear by Friday, still broke, still trying to figure out life in LA. I get a call Easter Sunday, and she's like, you're getting on a red-eye tonight to Charleston to go meet with the creators. And that's where the journey started.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I never left. Yeah.